Okay, still trying to catch up to the march. It looks like the very tail end of it. The police are sectioning off certain parts of the road. I'm not sure if they're just using it as a turnaround space or they're actually keeping people from entering. So I'm back here with the police, trying to play it safe here. Carefully gonna navigate this for the moment with a lot of other people trying to catch up with the march. There's maybe 100 trailed all the way down the block behind me. Here is the march. Looks like it's at a bit of a standstill. Excuse me. All right, we're gonna try to catch up here. We've got helicopters overhead. We got federal, pretty much every car on this block is police. These are police vans, Homeland Security, Chicago Police. If there is a police car in the area, it is pretty much on the streets surrounding this place. Looks like we're at Clark and Washington, and people are filling into this space. Bit of a rally going on. So we're gonna go ahead and cross the traffic here. Police obviously don't care about crosswalks and the light, so I need to watch out here. So yeah, it looks like they are just converging in a space here. You know, it's pretty bright. I don't know if you guys can see. It's pretty bright in that space there. So once we get over, we'll be able to.
Come on, you want to cross?
See.
Thank you.
Oh man, it is one hot day in Chicago right now, I'll tell you what. Whew. I'm not sure why my camera seems to be whiting out like this. I'm having some major technical difficulties in the last 10 minutes. I apologize, guys. Sorry about that. All right. I'm trying to film. Let's see here. I don't seem to be able to film anything in the bright. So I'm gonna try to. Here we go. Is that better for you guys? If you can see better, just go ahead and give me a chat. That'd be helpful. Some cheers and claps coming from the crowd. The crowd appears to be a lot bigger now. It looks like a lot of different groups are converging to this space. Definitely a little ominous with the helicopters circling overhead. There's quite a few of them. I also have police on standby, it looks like, just in case of who knows what. They seem to be very, very edgy since we got here. Seems to be more or less a General Assembly style meeting going on. Thank you, G8 Reports. Yeah, if you guys want to go ahead and tweet out and maybe even tag me at CarrieFoTruth, CarrieFO Truth, that would be really great. Yeah, just get people on the stream. Looks like we've got, God, crowd estimation, a few hundred here. Using the people's mic, but it seems to be very, very quiet right now. Like sitting down, being quiet. In solidarity with those arrested earlier and charged with terrorism on what we understand to be very trumped up charges.
Hi. There you are.
Okay.
Found you because of your car.
Sorry,
No, it's all right.
I swapped phones and I changed my mind, so you can call me on my normal phone.
No, it's alright.
And I put my earpiece in so I don't have to fumble
just got,
with it. That was my issue. I was having technical difficulties.
I got arrested, sent to Guantanamo, and I escaped.
Oh, wow.
All in the space of
that
10 minutes.
was pretty good.
Jesus, it's getting
God, it is sweltering out here. You know how we complain about the weather in Portland? Yeah.
Portland would be nice.
Portland would be really nice about now. Shit. I'm dressed for court. Here, I'll give you guys a little sneak peek of what I'm wearing. I'm wearing all black. Yeah, it seemed like a good idea this morning when I had to go to court.
Hello? Eli.
Now it is, so this seems to be a very silent protest.
You know, this is an original Picasso right here.
The only people talking right now seem to be media. I think people are letting their signs do their talking for them, so maybe we should get a look at the signs. Do you have a sign, sir? Do I get a look at it? La neta sobra canastilla. Cleveland Justice, or Cleveland 5 Justice. Saw a sign here. Let's see. NATO equals
Everyone
World
who's
War
sitting now,
III.
thank you so much for sitting in solidarity with our brothers. Yeah. They raided our homes to make us afraid. They raided our homes so we would have no place to go. So we would be too scared to stay anywhere for any period of time because we think that they're coming to get us. They raided our homes so we couldn't do the important job that we're doing, trying to protest, trying to exercise our freedom of speech, to say something to make this world a better place. I have another resident of the apartment who's willing to speak about our experience.
What did Jeremy Hammond and Rakia Boyd have in common?
What?
What?
What does Sean Bell and Brett Betterly have in common? The police kill people. The police maim people. The police kidnap people. What does NATO do? Does NATO police the world?
Yes!
Are we in control of our lives?
No!
Who's got the guns?
They
Who's
do!
got the power?
They do!
Can the police come in the middle of the night and take people?
Yes!
How does that make you feel?
Be sure!
Is everybody listening?
Yes!
That's all I have to say.
We have a woman who has experience with this sort of thing. Her house was raided last year by the FBI. I'd like her to tell her story.
My name is Stephanie Weiner. In September of 2010, my husband Joe because we're powerful. And when they try and intimidate people from coming out tomorrow, 100-fold more will say, no way. I'm going to end by telling you, this week I came back from LA. I was there for court for one of us, Carlos Montes.
Yeah, Carlos!
To say, I, the 23, and Carlos Montes, for sure, are going to march tomorrow proudly, and it's an honor to stand with you all. I have here one more person, Gregory Lucero, who was visited by the FBI this week while he was doing phone calls for one of us in Utah. Just quickly, let me just have him say hello.
I want to thank every last one of you for being here. We drove 26 hours from Utah because we think it's important to make our voices heard. What is important today, while the police surround us, is solidarity. As we stand close together, we stand with strength. And I reject all repression against my comrades here domestically by the FBI and our human race being suppressed by NATO. I myself am a founding member of the Revolutionary Students' Union, and we do nothing but fight for education rights, student rights. Our big, scary, dangerous campaign right now is to save our cosmetology school. And for some reason, the FBI felt that they had the need to come to my house, wake me out of bed, question me about me and my friends, and whether I was going to Chicago, and it's completely unacceptable. So I want to tell you what I learned. Whether it's a cop, Homeland Security, or FBI who comes a knocking, what you say is nothing.
Yeah!
What are you gonna say? Nothing! Alright, so again, this is unjustified repression. These are people who are just trying to make their voice heard against the war machine, against the bankers who they serve, and the police who try to keep us in line. Well, I, for one, want unruly working class people here in America. Are you going to be unruly? Yes! Are you going to listen? No! Behind the cops? No! That's great. So stand with these great brothers who are being harassed. Thank you so much.
A little bit on this topic.
Hello, my name is Zaki Iraqi, and I am with Occupy Cleveland. Today in solidarity with my 5 brothers who are being tortured by the FBI right now as we speak. I challenge everyone here to visit cleveland5justice.org to see the truth and see how you can contact these boys. Right now they're jumping up and down in their cells, knowing that we're here today, standing for them and standing for what they do and what they were fighting for.
Alright guys, I think now is the time to peacefully disassemble because the cops think that a large group of what? Alright, we have one more speaker, and after the speaker I would like people to calmly walk away. There are a lot of cops here and I don't want to see anyone arrested.
No fear!
No fear! No fear! No fear!
Hey, I'm AJ Brown.
This is what police state looks like.
Mic check!
Mike!
Mic check! Tonight at 6:30 at the Haymarket Memorial, there's an anti-capitalist march.
That's an anti-capitalist march.
It's so obscure. I mean, most people have no idea.
It's Dearborn, no, Randolph and area.
Soviet Secret Service and
At
killed like
6:30, just look up, just Google Haymarket Memorial. It's not that far from here. That's tonight. Randolph,
The little neighbor there was the Stasi East German secret. So, I don't know. But it is very unusual. I've never seen a church like that.
Theft charges equals police state is what that clipboard says over there. Excuse you. 7 people. Told you I didn't like her. Little green dress just pushed me.
Oh yes, I am John Adams, Massachusetts. This is Dr. Benjamin Franklin. I enjoy your steady hand. That is quite clever. I'm
Thank
Benjamin
you.
Franklin. How are you? Are you enjoying your time here?
I am. Look
yes,
at this.
I'm John
It's
Adams.
John Adams. Pleasure. Oh, indeed.
Oh yes.
It is John Adams.
It's me. Yes.
One of my faves.
Now you are making me blush, madam. But yes, I'm here at NATO's protest here to hear what people are talking about.
Oh, yeah?
I'm so fascinated, and I believe it is our right as Americans, and almost it is our duty to gracefully disobey. It is part of who we are.
What do you think of the police state that's taken over since your passing, John Adams?
Well, I am unaware of how aggressive the police state is, and that is what I am here to find out about. So far, people have been quite friendly to me, and I have not encountered any aggression or negativity from the police or the people here. I believe that everyone has been conducting themselves with the best of intentions, and everyone has been behaving as a good citizen should. And so we shall find out if they will hear our voices.
We hope just to hear what exactly everyone has to say about all this, as we did not have a NATO or anything equivalent in our time. There was no union of multiple nations against other multiple nations. It was, in fact, what I believe a global military ought to be is perhaps something that takes over space. If it is a global military, it must include everybody.
And if we are going to take over space, then we should at least have a meeting about it.
Yeah, so we should probably call a lot more people, because that is a very serious thing going into space.
And I
Very
believe it would
expensive.
cost a lot of money.
Oh, it's very expensive from what I can understand. Although they have sent Legos into space recently.
Oh, I enjoy Legos.
Oh, who doesn't enjoy a good Lego?
So when did you guys come back to life? When
We were kidnapped in time travel here by Super PAC, the American Revolutionaries for Freedom and Families. They, with their unlimited funds, they were able to create a time machine that kidnapped us and were trying to use us as props in the upcoming election. Although our politics differed from them, so we were fired.
Funny how that works.
Well, oddly enough, we disappointed them in that
That's crazy.
the founding fathers don't necessarily believe what they think that we
And they really take credit for a lot of what you guys did.
I gotta grab a picture of the John Adams here. Excellent. Thank you guys. Thank you guys.
You are welcome.
You are awesome. Oh, cute. See? There's we're very heterogeneous crowd here.
We got some good stuff.
So there are quite a few groups milling around. Still have my jacket, good. I see a few people from Portland in the distance over there that didn't come here with the rest of the group. But yeah, this crowd is getting pretty big. This square is pretty full. If I can get up, hey, you give me a hand?
Okay.
All right, so I am up here so we can see a bit better. So we are surrounded right now with a bit of normal traffic, but mostly just police vehicles and transit. So they're letting the buses through, and it looks like all the rest is Chicago police, Homeland Security.
I wonder how many real crimes have you committed.
Right now, someone's getting shouted out for being a Fed. FBI, FBI, don't lie is usually used to shout someone out for being a federal agent. If they do something, that would tip someone off. They usually end up leaving the crowd very quickly. Hey, hi Portland. Hey everybody. Awesome. So do you have the name of the square?
Exactly. No, we're on
Dearborn and Clark right now. One of the federal buildings. I don't know the name of where we are. It's got this city. Yeah, we're right next to City Hall. That's the City Hall building. So yeah, quite a few hundred of us just converged to show our support for those that were arrested. In case you guys don't know, there was a midnight raid a few days ago on an apartment here in Chicago, and 11 were arrested. And for about 17 hours, the police denied that they had even taken custody of these people. And eventually, it came out that there were indeed people in custody. Eventually, most of them were released, and 3 remained in custody as of last night. I went to the courthouse right around the 48-hour mark, which is the mark at which, if you're not being charged, that they're supposed to let you go. So we were waiting for their release, and the 48-hour mark passed, and there was quite a group of people there waiting for them to get out. And they never came. And a few hours passed, and the NLG lawyer came by and said that it was a division outside of that police department that was actually handling the case. They said the organized crimes unit and the intelligence unit were involved, and so they had to come in order to tell, say whether or not those 3 could be released. And as it turns out, a few hours passed, and they never showed up to talk to the NLG lawyer who was representing them, but did convey the message that they were indeed being charged. In case you guys didn't know, the charges are possession of an explosive or incendiary device, conspiracy to commit terrorism, and providing material support for terrorism. So those charges are directly out of the USA Patriot Act, in case you're not familiar. And yeah, that's the situation right now. So talking to the lawyer, she said these charges were completely trumped up. Talking to one of the individuals whose apartment it was that was raided, he said that he had seen a photo of the... getting ahead of myself here. So during court, it was the information was released that there was a supposed FBI or police infiltrator or person who had come in contact with them and was going to testify. We heard some of that, what could be testimony coming from him, saying that they had, I think he was testifying as to the intent, and then also to them having the explosive or incendiary device, which has been in the mainstream media as, makings for Molotov cocktails. So that person, the infiltrator or the informant or whatever you want to call him, apparently the person who owns the apartment or the leaseholder he told us in no uncertain terms that that person he had never seen before. They showed him a photo, or he saw a photo during court, and he said that he had literally never seen that person before in his entire life. So very interesting. I also heard that some of the things confiscated from the house was a beer making kit, a brew making kit, which, hey, you guys in Portland are absolutely familiar with. You know, I don't know about here in Chicago, but I know in Portland having a beer making kit is like having a garden. So yeah, kind of interesting to see what else comes out of this case. I definitely think the intent is a chilling effect, especially since the big twist of last night, for me especially, was that there were the 3 that ended up being charged out of the 11 happened to be the exact same 3 people that came from a YouTube video that was about a week ago. And it was in Bridgeport, these protesters being pulled over and accosted by the police and asked, you know, where they're going, who they're with. And once they said they were Occupy and that they were going to Chicago, they were treated very poorly and threatened. And this video can be found in its entirety, uncut, and also the edited version for clarity, just for time and brevity, on YouTube. And it's, gosh, I wish I remembered the name of the video. But you can probably Google it. It's all over Twitter right now. But that video showed those same 3 being arrested or being pulled over, being questioned. And the police at the end said, "We'll be looking for you, you know, don't worry, we'll see you in NATO." And sure enough, that's what happened. So it seems from the inside here to be an act of retaliation. So it looks like a march has started. That was not the intent of the organizers here. They wanted to make sure that everyone stayed safe from arrest. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens here. Now there's a lot more people than that initial march. The initial march to get here was a few short blocks, and seems like people that are, well, it looks like some of maybe the same group of people are interested in marching, and some of the others are just sort of milling around here. I'm probably going to keep up with this march. Woo, sorry, getting off a high thing there. Yes. You see some jokes coming up on my screen. Home brews being weaponized and explosive yeast. Yeast can be quite incredible. You know, you leave it overnight and all of a sudden it's like quadrupled in size. You never know what you're going to get. So I'm not sure if this march is going to be using, no, looks like they're right into the street. I was going to say using the sidewalks.
He's dancing.
And obeying police rules here, but it does not appear to be so. All right, well, I'm just, oh, hey, I got a walk signal, awesome. I'm going to attempt to make it through here so you guys will have lots of footage for tomorrow. So I, like the ACLU and the NLG and many people that are here as press, are just going to be using the sidewalks whenever possible. Like I said, if there's a confrontation, I will be there up close and personal, but I don't intend to risk arrest on the day before the big NATO protest. So it looks like for now the police are acting as traffic police, more or less, keeping protesters safe from getting hit by cars. And Morning Star. You know, an off note, Morning Star is a vegan company, actually owned by Monsanto. So for all you veggie lovers out there, Morning Star is not your friend. Also, coincidentally, another name for the devil, but I don't really, you know, that doesn't have bearance on anything.
Really gotta.
Yeah, you gotta believe in your company. Exactly. So, Yeah, it looks like there's definitely a march happening. They have slowed down but not stopped, turning the corner here. Several hundred people marching. There's probably a couple hundred behind me. A couple hundred here. Looks like they are bringing a stop to the march by blocking it off. The police are blocking it off. This is going to be a confrontation, it sounds like. Unfortunately, I won't. Snatch and grabs happen.
Incidentally, the Macy's logo is the exact same as the logo of the Zapatista National Liberation Army in Mexico. Black flag, red star. Some of you watching are probably familiar with the EZLN, that's Subcomandante Marcos, all those guys. You know, you probably know them. But, well, they started a small uprising in the 90s when NAFTA was passed in Mexico, and they're still around, do a lot of agitation for ultra-globalization and different left-wing causes. And funnily enough, Macy's flag is the exact same.
Look at that. And we thought Macy's had no soul. Okay, it looks like that it was a very half-hearted blockade that just a few police officers standing in the street, and when the protesters said, you know, whose streets are streets, and started moving, they moved out of the way. I have not seen any snatch and grabs. I haven't seen any arrests. I've actually seen police act the most chill I've seen, actually. So far so good. People are marching, they're having their voice heard, and their First Amendment rights are not being squelched. So far.
Well, they would be if we didn't have something to say about it.
Well, this is true. Still though, for a march this size, I'm surprised that they are being allowed to take over the entire street and march.
It's Trump Tower right there.
It's Trump Tower.
Our big our friend, Donald Trump.
It's great. I got a sort of a native with me, so I get the tour while I'm walking around covering the protest for you guys. Isn't that the famous Chicago theater?
That is the famous Chicago theater.
It sure is. See, I know a little something. It does kind of say Chicago on it.
The Chase logo.
Oh, it now says Chase over the Chicago part. Yeesh. Can't win them all.
It would, wouldn't it?
It would. All right, I'm gonna try to catch up with
Sponsored by Ford.
everybody.
You can't
The
go,
Ford
you can't
Oriental.
Go without some kind of sponsorship.
Gosh, I guess now it's go. I am not gonna risk a
Across the street,
jaywalking.
people.
Yeah. So as far as I know, this was an impromptu march, completely unplanned. It was just the energy of the crowd converging in that space, coming together in solidarity with those jailed. And I think that just the energy was so high that sometimes you gotta move your feet. I think that's kind of what's happening right now.
We should get closer to the front where it's a bit thicker.
Yeah. I'm gonna be moving up to show you guys
Oh, yeah, look at
what's going on.
this. Something's happening.
I'm not sure what's going on now. Excuse me. Okay, it looks like they are still moving. So I'm going to try to move along with them. Stopping briefly at the Chicago Theater. Got a loudspeaker back here. So if any of you guys need to reach me urgently, you can do so. I know I told some people that I was going to be using my other phone. I am actually not doing that right now. Got a Spanish anti-capitalistic chant coming in the back here. You can barely hear over the din of all the people. Make it almost impossible to not walk on these damn things.
Yeah, there are a lot of these.
tail end of the march here. All right, and it's green. All right, so lots of people marching with us, sticking to the sidewalks, and plenty in the street on the other side. It looks like they've taken over just the one way on the right-hand side.
Going across the bridge now.
Oh man, they're going across the bridge.
This is a lovely bridge.
Oh shit.
They're very sturdy.
Excuse me, that wasn't very professional, was it? I have my reservations about crossing bridges with only a few hundred people. Say maybe we're 500 total, and not all of those 500 are willing to cross that bridge. I don't know.
Trump Tower.
See some medics, NLG, ACLU. So some of the infrastructure is here. Passing by this hotel here.
Beautiful vista right here.
Yeah, it is actually. You guys get to see some of Chicago. Hey. It's beautiful when the people get to yeah. When it's a beautiful city when you've got this many people able to actually express themselves and use that First Amendment. Interestingly enough, we had a lot of people warn us not to film in Chicago at all, especially not to film the police. Coming from Portland, that's blasphemy. So, if I had a god. Anyway, off the point, but sorry, I haven't had much sleep. But we were told not to film at all because they had tried to use the wiretapping laws to say that if you are audio taping the police in any way, even if it's video and audio at the same time, that it was entrapment or some form thereof. So we were told repeatedly not to film, not to film. And about a week ago, the ACLU was able to overturn that in court because obviously, hello, it is completely unconstitutional and against First Amendment, et cetera, et cetera. So for the time being, it seems that the law is still in effect, even though it's unconstitutional, even though it's been overturned. The law is still in effect, but the chief of police announced that he would not be enforcing that law. Now, that leaves it up to the discretion of the police. And that is where I find it to be extremely troubling. Cross that way. No. Not risking it today, guys. Sorry. I'm going to go around.
Man,
so,
get a shot of the whole thing. It's getting pretty long.
Yeah, it is.
When you do these marches, people.
Oh yeah, there's no shortage of people up there. It's just.
There'll be even more tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, it's over.
So I guess we're at the very tail end of this march. Can never seem to get a break with the light here. Huh. Wait till tomorrow.
Yeah. You'll be.
This is just a jail solidarity march. Tomorrow's NATO.
Nice little primer.
Yeah, this is just a solidarity march for the 3 that were arrested and held under terrorism charges. There were 3 people arrested in a midnight raid and held preemptively and now charged with terrorism. And this is the jail solidarity march.
They didn't get released yet?
No, they were not released. Their bail was set for $1.5 million per person for the 3 of them.
Have a good one.
Cheers. That's funny. So people on the side were like, well, really? I mean, there weren't that many of them, thinking this was the entire NATO march, which apparently they haven't been watching the news.
It's going to be much better.
Well, more, much better, depending on who you ask.
The distinction between worse and better is very
Yeah, it's true.
situated.
It's quite the cityscape they have here. These enormous
Best
buildings.
part, right here.
Oh man.
There's an area up here where if you stand just right, it's nothing but these great stone skyscrapers as far as you can see.
I betcha. Ha. MLK Studio says Chicago's a great town with a bad mayor.
In its own
Yeah.
way.
Well, you said it's a great town with a bad mayor.
Yeah. It's always had that.
I think a lot of cities are great were it not for their
Everything's
so-called
great except for the
officials. Kind of like America.
government.
Most things are good, except the government.
Not the people who run it.
Yeah.
Things are great.
Well, and unfortunately, the people who run it aren't even the government, really.
Well, the whole
Multinational corporations, yeah, the government, in quotes.
quotation. Whatever that is.
So, not sure where this group is headed exactly, to be honest, but
Probably just following one guy up at the front that doesn't even know what it is.
all right. He'd never been here before. Oh, I just want to see the city.
I'm just a tourist. I don't know what's going on. Why is everyone following me?
There's definitely a whole lot of people just trailing. We're at the back here.
Yeah.
We gotta hustle it up a bit. It's a cute sundress. Indeed. Oh man, Fox News is showing riots in Greece while talking about Occupy.
That's right.
Thanks for that. Thanks for that,
Oh, look,
Fox.
NATO flags.
Oh, indeed. NATO flags over there. I don't know if you guys can see them from here. I'll try to stop real quick. There they are.
NATO's up top.
Flying the NATO flags. So it looks like they have walled off the area to the bridge. And they are, let's just say, encouraging everyone to take a right here. No riot gear so far.
This is
Just a whole lot of vehicles blocking the way and police.
This is Michigan Ave, so we're going to be marching here tomorrow.
Michigan Avenue. Okay, cool. So this is part of the march tomorrow. So you guys, get a good look. You might recognize it tomorrow. Ha! He wasn't actually filming. He just pulled his cell phone out to.
Hi.
I don't know. Hey, how's it going? Look at this place. It's quite the city. Look at all these emergency vehicles. I didn't really see an emergency. Just some people marching. Excuse me. So, looks like they have taken to coming partway up on the sidewalk over there. There's quite a crowd going all the way up there.
Except for what we see now, except for the top of the I haven't smelled anything at all. But at the empty, they're not like negative.
Most of the crowd over there.
We've been through our first protest. Awesome.
Little Lord old to start, if you ask me. I don't know. I think I went to my first protest when I was like 15, but maybe that just runs in my blood. Yeah, wow, this is the most muddled crosswalk I've ever seen.
Get across before it,
I know, I'm trying. I
Doesn't
mean,
stink.
where am I supposed to do? Bowl old ladies over? I don't know who's going where
We're
for
about
what
to walk
right
down
now.
the Magnificent Mile, which is one of the ritziest, high-endest shopping districts in the world.
Makes
All
sense.
the big, fancy, huge stores with golden windows and all kinds of crazy stuff.
So, is it just me or is this diffused quite a bit?
It says it on the bottom down by the river.
Hard to tell with this many people normally.
Seem to have blended into like everybody else.
Yeah. Well, that was kind of the point. Yeah, I'm definitely not with most of the march right now. I'm gonna say I'm behind a group of Asian jeez, tourists.
I think we may have gone the wrong way.
Yeah, I think we may have lost them.
I see a bunch of cop cars back there.
Do you wanna?
Suggests.
Yeah,
I can't even
it does
follow
suggest.
a crowd of 1 million people.
Yeah, look at that. We got all caught up in the hubbub and missed the action over there. We're gonna catch back up. It's funny because I'm usually on the tail end of the action, you know, along with the police, either at the front or at the back. But you have to understand, there's like hundreds of people everywhere, and cop cars trying to pell-mell their way through everywhere. Oh, she's gesturing with zip ties that I can't video or it's a felony. I think she's completely misinformed. But we'll see. Overturned about a week ago. That was actually overturned about a week ago. Cops don't know the laws. Same in my city.
I don't even know. They contradict them all the time. Who can even tell?
They said that the ACLU, it's just for them. Really? That's why we have court cases, just so one person can.
Be wearing an orange shirt.
Yeah. Well, get me a cap. That's what I say. Not only that, but the chief of police put an announcement out multiple times that they wouldn't be trying to enforce it. Which good luck. I'm from Portland, Oregon. I tape everything. Yeah, she was waving her zip ties at me. That's a felony, ma'am. Really? Check the books. I don't even care if it is a felony. I'll take that shit to court. Excuse my. Sorry about that for you at home. But yeah, Portland, Oregon. You from here?
South Bend, like 90 miles east.
All right.
My dad grew up here.
Yeah, actually, a family here.
Stories about Chicago cops over the years.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I visited a few times. I have family here, but I haven't been back in years.
I told you I was coming in from this. Turns out like 68, get the fuck out.
Oh, right?
Oh God, it's gonna be.
And
like that
you know, it's funny
times
that
10.
that's been threatened by the police. You know.
Shoot
Do you
to
hear
kill,
much
that's their
about
motto.
the three being held? Yeah, same three in the YouTube vid getting accosted by the police. It's the same ones from the YouTube video like less than a week ago on their way here. And right at the end of the video, a cop goes, "Yeah, I'll see you in NATO."
Yeah, no kidding.
Sure did. Now they're being charged with terrorism. Exactly, on trumped up charges.
We'll see who's terrorist.
Yeah, they're holding around like $1.5 million.
Yeah, 1.5 each. So that's at least 150,000 a piece to even.
Need to hustle.
Yeah. All right. He's right, guys. Sorry about that. They said, you following tourists or terrorists?
I don't even know anymore.
You need to catch up with the terrorists. Sorry about that, guys. There are plenty of sirens, so I'm getting close.
Sirens everywhere.
I was just taking you on the beautiful walking tour of Chicago / protest. Alright.
Now, if anyone wants to consume products while we're here,
Oh God.
there are many wonderful shops that you can shop in and blow all your cash on crap.
Ambulance, that's never good. I mean, it is good for, you know, but it just signals that there's something went bad. Oh boy. Well, I am getting to the hour mark, so when I do, in about 8 minutes, I'm going to upload and I will be back. No worries. Plugged in with a fresh battery and a fresh stream. So, worried shopkeepers, lock the doors. Starbucks. Chain the windows.
I'd be a little more worried.
It's interesting. We got oh, I gotcha. So they won't get filmed. I'd actually rather that you don't film for privacy reasons. That's why the medics are doing that. I mean, it's up to you, obviously, but they'd rather that you not film.
Something unpleasant.
Because it is just a privacy issue for the person that is getting medical care. So thank you guys. We'd actually rather that this not be filmed for privacy reasons, if that's cool. Just for the person who's, receiving medical care. I'd like to be courteous.
I do wonder what happened though.
Yeah, I do. I do wonder. Looks like only one person knew them, so. You gotta stay hydrated in these situations. I'm gonna try to make it across the street here. I'm not getting left again. You gotta stay hydrated. It is extremely hot, and walking around like this is kind of grueling. A lot of these people haven't had a lot of sleep, So it appears that the march continued. Is that right?
No.
It's hard to tell at this point. Can somebody figure out where the march is right now? If you're following, I think Punk Boy in SF on Ustream, he was at the front of the march, as far as I know. Maybe also check. I didn't see Tim or Luke. Yeah, maybe just. Okay, I see somebody I know running this away, so it looks like we were headed in the right direction. I'm just gonna say, for a metropolitan city, it smells amazing. I think I've smelled like buttered caramel corn every 2 blocks.
And it gets mixed with trash.
Yeah, you get some trash too, but in between you get these wonderful caramel corn aromas, and it's really making me hungry, even though I'm not hungry at all. I'm really not. Thank you guys for all your support. Okay, I have caught on to the orange caps. They're very easy to recognize. The ACLU and the NLG in the bright green, but I haven't seen any of them. But I do see the girls that were at the very end of the march, so there they are.
Listen to the cops being all personal.
I know, right?
What nice people.
When they're not shooting people.
When they're not gunning down little black children and things like that.
Yeah.
Here and there.
Here and there. All right, so we got about 5 minutes, so it may be. Oh yeah, definitely headed in the right direction. I'm on the tail end here. It's about, I don't know, like 30 emergency vehicles ahead of me. Lots of flashy lights.
There's the other Trump Tower right there.
Oh, right, because he needs more than one.
He needs more than one.
Extra Trump.
It's a man with
lots of money to spend. Which, ironically enough, he was in bankruptcy.
Yeah. Maybe if he would stop building so many fucking towers.
Indeed. I could think of better things to do with my money if I had it. I could think of better things to do with his money, let's just say that. Yeah, for sure. I'm really glad I drank like 3 lemonades and 2 waters. Sorry, not today.
You should still water. I would totally go for that.
Yeah. It's really interesting. Still this way. Having a bike right now would rule in one respect, and it would suck in the other side. Oh my god, this bag.
I'm gonna carry that.
Maybe just for a minute. Ugh. All right. There you go. Thank you. Holy crap. My shoulder's gonna fall off. Or I guess my arms would fall off too. That would be really unfortunate. I need my arms. Okay. Monroe and Michigan. It's up here.
Oh, okay. All right.
Thank you very much. MLK Studios, you roll. And thanks for the kudos. It's hard work out here. It's extremely hot.
Hey, is that march still going on up
And
here?
we're extremely tired.
Oh shit. No, I haven't seen anyone again. Alright.
What did he just say?
He said that, well, he said that he was helping someone who had a seizure.
Do you think the person who had the
That
ambulance?
would be it. I mean, that would make sense.
That would make
Apparently
sense.
he had a gas mask, he was helping someone, and in the confusion, somebody stole the gas mask.
Well,
He did say that the march is still going on way up here.
yeah.
And then we're just like,
Yeah, I can see the emergency vehicle still. Just about a block and a half behind them. Oh, goodness.
beautiful Millennium Park right here, where they have the giant holographic faces that spit at you.
Oh, yeah?
It's an interesting dynamic there.
That's cool. Gosh. Board's so damn hot. Starting to get the heat headache. Despite the massive water consumption. Stayed completely away from sugar except for the lemonade. But I definitely had at least 2 waters. And I am still feeling it for sure. Yeah. No peace for the war makers. Protest NATO. That's what that sign said over there. Yeah. Holy moly. Alright, let's try to make it across this. I don't have any energy. I'm like, push. Gosh. This is where sleeping comes in handy, so although I love each and every one of you streamers out there like family, we're going to be hanging out for a short period of time tonight. And I'm going to be going to bed. I'm getting a good night's sleep for once. As best as I can manage it. Oh my goodness. So if anybody else has any other windows open, don't worry, I won't judge you for cheating on me. If you're watching any other streams, you can give me some updates from the front. That'd be really helpful. And just updates in general, even from Twitter or whatnot. I haven't been able to check my Twitter because I'm a little busy. But that would be great. I don't know if you can hear the din of the helicopters. They are circling quite a bit. Liechtenstein.
Roy Lichtenstein, he's an artist.
Apparently that's the guy at the art museum, huh?
Famous one with the lions up there.
All right. We're a little closer to the ACLU, which means we're a little closer to the march. It seems to have slowed, actually. I noticed a lot of the vehicles coming to a stop, so here's our chance to make it. Potbelly. For some reason, I remember this place from when I was younger. When I came here. Potbelly. Huh.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
They're a big chain, they're everywhere around here.
Yeah. It's funny the things you remember. Oh, goodness. times like this, I kind of wish I could sweat. Better, more. It's like I'm gonna pass out. Whew. They're yelling, "Get those animals off those horses." That is scary. I haven't seen any mounted police here, actually. In Chicago? We're talking? I'm okay? I assume, because he's telling it to me. But yeah, I haven't seen any. It's very, very common. In Portland, it goes regular cops. Well, actually, no. They don't even bother. It's like bicycle cops, mounted police, riot police. In that order. That's excellent, though. I actually really like that one. It's succinct. It has rhythm. Chase, boo.
Excellent place.
Chase, boo. If you haven't moved your money yet, what are you waiting for? I mean, really? I know, it's a pain in the ass, da-da-da. No, really, it just takes a few minutes. You just walk in, you close your account, you walk into a credit union, you open one. If you're that worried about it, you can actually walk into a credit union and open one, and then go and close your Chase, or your Wells Fargo, or your Bank of America. Bank of America, bad for America. Yeah, there definitely is a little bit of a standoff here. It looks like they may have tried to. Is there another bridge here? Yeah, it looks like they may have tried to take this other bridge because they're definitely all blocks off with emergency vehicles up here, and lots of cops. I thought I was like, where'd all the police go? There they are. And this is a little practice run for them and for us. It's good to see how they react to. Yeah, now we do know. And I wonder, though, if the mood will change for tomorrow because of the sheer number of people that will be on the streets. It tends to be the case in Portland. There's this sort of critical mass that's reached, and then they get very angry.
Wherever it is, I'm sure will be reached.
Yeah. I just hope that doesn't mean police violence.
We will see.
We will see. So it looks like there's. I can't see anything but police, to be honest. There's like probably 5 police officers for every human being here. There's the light. I don't know, it's hard to figure out how to cross here exactly. It's green for us now. They aren't going anywhere.
You don't want us getting too close to the piano score.
I know, right? Gosh forbid. Oh yeah, there's definitely a whole nother police blockade on the other side with bicycle cops. That's a horse's ass. That's an ass on a horse. Excuse me. Oh man. You can hear the crowd from here as we're approaching. Here we go. Oh, technically I am not live at the G8. The G8 was moved to Camp David. I'm technically live at the NATO summit in Chicago. But I do appreciate the extra press from G8 Reports. Yeah, they knew that there would be tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people here if they had held G8 and NATO in the same place at the same time. Whose streets? Our streets? There's a lot of people here.
These are those new helmets that everybody's been making such a fuss about.
Ah, I see this. So it's just a bicycle style helmet with a sort of riot gear face shield. I see that.
Have space for a gas mask.
Oh, meant to have space for a gas mask. I see that they're really, interesting.
I just bought those for this.
That is, that's where the $1 million went.
Yeah.
I heard that they were outfitting some of their other cops with riot-like gear. Right. I mean, God. Gas masks. That bothers me. When police are wearing gas masks, I should have one too, you know what I mean?
Gas is not far behind.
Yeah. So here I am, and this is quite a crowd. I don't know if you guys can see. Probably can see better than I can right now, because I am quite short. My arm is quite tall. Plus I got this fancy little mount that holds my camera, so I don't have to. It's awesome. First time I've used this streaming. It's working pretty well. I'm not half as tired as I would be too, because I can keep my arm at my side. Yeah, this is quite the crowd. Where's a bullhorn when you need it? Thought about bringing my bullhorn, but really had to bring a lot of gear, guys, just to make video happen. I don't know about that guy, actually. When there's one person trying to orchestrate an entire crowd to his demands, you kind of have to wonder about his... Alright, so I'm to understand there's definitely a police blockade on the other side of this crowd. Did you guys know? I just showed up. I was on the tail end for the other. Yeah, okay. It's hard to tell. Yeah, we came up and saw hundreds of them over there. So same thing on the other side then? Okay.
They have horses on that side.
Yeah. I missed the chant. Get those animals off those horses. I love that one. Let us through! Let us through! Let us through! Oh, wow, okay. I get it now. I just walked into a kettle. Joke's on me. All right. So, yeah, I guess that's a good point. So, just go around. Come back around. Back. All right, so I am the author of AkuStream.org. AkuStream.org. Everybody go check that out. And also, yeah, I guess those face shields would be quite good for protecting against sort of a pepper spray too. But you'd be surprised though, even just a little bit of mist can just fly up and get you. That's why I have full face respirators, a much better protective gear. I myself was pepper sprayed, sort of got the side stream of pepper spray and didn't realize it because I was wearing a respirator and swim goggles and scarf. So I didn't even realize I'd been shot until I pulled off my gear and then touched my face and realized I was burning. So, you know, actually it doesn't appear that we can't leave the other side. Not worried about it. My likeness is all over the interwebs.
Oh, great.
It looks like the crowd or the police decided to move. I'm not sure. Either way, they're moving. Alright, I hate to do this to you guys, but I'm gonna upload. I'll be right back, I promise.